Hello everyone, welcome once again. Today we are going to study about a new chapter of ninth standard, that is improvement in food resources. So first of all, let us know what are food resources. The food that we eat, we get it either from animals or from plants. So if we talk about the resources, there could be the different resources from which we get food like cereals. We used to eat wheat, rice, maize, millets, sorghum. They all come in the category of cereals. They give us carbohydrate, pulses, gram, peas, lentils. These all are the sources of proteins. Oil seeds like soybean, groundnut, sesame and castor, they all provide us fats. Vegetables, spices, fruits, they all provide us minerals and different vitamins. So these all are the different sources of food from where we get the different nutrients like carbohydrate, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, etc. Now, in addition to these food crops, fodder crops like berseem, oats, Sudan grass, they all are the fodder crops that we used to grow to feed the animals, livestock that we are rearing. We used to rear animals for milk like cow, buffalo. We used to feed them with the fodder, and that fodder is roughage, one type of, we used to give it to the animals. Next one is, the crops are divided in two types. First one is Kharif crop and another one is Rabie crops. So Kharif crops are those crops which are grown in rainy season and they are called Kharif crop. For example, we can take the example of paddy, soybean, pigeon pea, maize. These all are the example of Kharif crops. They are grown from June to October. They are grown from June to October because this is what rainy season is. From the month of June, July to the October, it rains in our country, and we used to produce the Kharif crops in the rainy season, that is from June to October. The second type of crop is Rabie crop, the crop which is grown in winter season. Now it is winter season going on, so the crops which are being grown in winter season, so winter we can consider after October. We can take it from November to the March. It is called winter season, and from November to March or April, it is the season for Rabie crops. Now, Kharif crop and Rabie crop. Kharif crop, they are grown in June to October in rainy season, and examples of Kharif crop are paddy, soybean, maize. Whereas Rabie crops are grown from November to April, and they contains wheat, gram, peas and mustard. These all are Rabie and Kharif crops. Now let's talk about green revolution. As you know, the population of India is increasing day by day, but we are not able to produce that much of food for the increasing population. So for this, we need to improve the food production. We need to improve the variety as well as quantity of the food production. So the green revolution is related to the production from the agriculture. Food supplies are generally as proteins, carbohydrate, fat, minerals, nucleic acid, vitamins in all living organisms. Indian population is growing enormously. Enormously means it is growing with very fast number, and green revolution is the need of the hour to increase food grain production. For feeding the increasing population of India, we need to grow more and more food so that we can complete the needs of increasing population. After that comes sustainable practices. Sustainable, that word stands for, that means without harming the nature. So if we talk about agriculture, sustainable practices are being carried out in case of agriculture. For sustained livelihood, one should take mixed farming. We can do mixed farming, intercropping, integrated farming. These all could lead to the sustainable practice. Sustainable practice means without harming our nature, we need to produce the crops. Crop production improvement, crop protection improvement. One is production and another one is protection. We need to protect our crops. Next is the crop varietal improvement. How we can improve the variety of crops. First one is by hybridization. It refers to the crossing. We can cross between the two crops. Just suppose one crop we are having, it gives large number of production, and another crop we are having, it does not have any disease. So what we can do, we can take this crop as well as this crop, and we can produce a third kind of crop which gives large production as well as it is resistance to diseases. So this crop will be very beneficial to all of us. This is what we used to do with the help of hybridization. We used to take two better crops to make the third one better than the other two crops. For example, we can take this example to get why we do hybridization: to get higher yield, improve quality, biotic and abiotic resistance, change in maturity duration, wider adaptability, and desirable agronomic characteristic. We used to do hybridization for all these purposes. Now, different types of hybridization are intervarietal. Intervarietal means the hybridization between different varieties. Interspecific means the hybridization between different species. Ab species and variety. So, if we talk about variety, this is what generally we used to do. The general hybridization is carried out between two varieties. One is intergeneric, between different genera and genetically modified crops. Another way of improving the crop is by introducing a gene that would provide desired characteristic. This is also being carried out nowadays. After that, the crop production improvement, they include no cost production and low cost production or high cost production practices. Crop production, we can improve it so that we have to just give less and we can get more from the same thing. That is, we can say ki we will just consume less number of money and we will get more benefit. Low cost production leads to this. Now, nutrients, 16 elements are required for the growth as called as essential elements. The 16 elements are divided into two types. One is macronutrients and another one is micronutrients. Macronutrients are those nutrients which are needed by plants in large quantity. Micro means small. So that means micronutrients are those nutrients which are required by the plants in small quantity. 6 elements are macro and other 7 elements are micro. 6 elements are required in larger quantity, that is nitrogen, phosphorus, calcium, potassium, magnesium and sulfur. Whereas micronutrients are iron, manganese, boron, zinc, copper, molybdenum and chlorine. These are the nutrients which are required for the better yield. After that comes manures and fertilizers. Manures and fertilizers are being introduced to the crops so that we can get the more production. Manure is prepared by the decomposition of animal excreta and plant waste is called as humus. The waste of plant is called humus and the waste of animal is called excreta, and manure is prepared from both of them. Fertilizers, they are prepared in factories. They are made up of chemicals. They improve the texture of the soil, and in case of fertilizer, they are made up of chemicals, so they can harm the soil as well. The manures are cheap and it could be prepared at home, whereas fertilizers, they are costly and they are prepared in factories. Manures, they need in volume. They need in large volume, whereas a less number of fertilizer could help the production to be increased. It is not nutrient specific. It is nutrient specific is contains N, P and K, nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. It adds humus to soil, whereas fertilizers does not add any humus to soil. So this is all about this chapter. For detailed learning of this chapter, connect to my video and just contact me through my YouTube channel. Thank you and have a good day to all of you.